And welcome to today's STPL. My name is Kix, and joining me from his previous cast just now, it is gonna be Rapid.
That's right, it's me. The city never sleeps, and neither does the Brood War, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a good night so far. I went to GSL, got back from GSL, cast some SCR Pro Series, and now I am here with you for an STPL Round 3 Showmatch series between iRk and VT.
Yep, and this, with you the passion never ends, because, you're like an endless casting machine. But still, it's good to have you here again. As you did say, we are going to have iRk versus VT. Now, one of those teams many people may not have heard of before. They did start up in 2017. That's going to be Valhalla. That's what the VT stands for, Valhalla team. And on my camera, you can just about see my cat's ear popping up and down at the beginning, like the start of the screen, which is kind of funny. But either way, this should be a fun matchup, and she's given up already. She's moved. So I have freedom to move my keyboard, so it's all good. But let's just quickly have a look at the maps we're going to be seeing today after I just set the colors. Because I wasn't quite ready for that.
What is a good emoji to use for Valhalla team? I can't think of like one that like has anything to do with like maybe like a pirate.
Swedish flag, even though I don't think they're Swedish.
No, Vikings are Danish.
I think there were Swedish Vikings too, but I'm not sure.
Were there Swedish Vikings?
I think so.
What flag do I use for iRk? I mean, they're basically from everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do an emoji for them. But I do know when Valhalla were asking about their shirt, they said, "Can you make it the color of the Mexican flag?" So.
Well, I'm not going to use the Mexican flag, so sorry. I'm going to head that one off of the path.
Yeah.
Wait, what is the iRk logo? It's just iRk.
Yeah, it's changing though. They've got a new logo, so.
Does it look like anything?
I'm
just gonna use the eyeballs.
It looks like okay, so it's like some blue squares with a yellow rectangle and two moose horns. So at least I think they're moose horns. Antlers, I guess. Antlers.
Moose? I don't know.
You know what? Aggie is in the chat.
Okay.
Why not ask him? Probably the easiest thing to do.
Okay, help me out here. Vikings are Swede? Dude, Vikings are totally Danish. I don't know if you're getting your history. No, they're also Swedish and maybe Norwegian too.
Yeah.
I don't know. No idea. Some of those Scandinavian, then the Nordic
of course.
countries.
It's yellow and blue because of the Swedish flag. Okay, that makes so much sense. But either way. Oh, wow.
We're learning so much here. Alright, I will use a Swedish flag.
Oh, elks are kind of the national animal of Sweden. Okay, this is truly an educational Showmatch stream. I'm kind of glad we're having this because it was a long day for me at work. I'm fairly certain you've had a long day as well, Rapid. So learning all this stuff is really cool.
I am.
So.
Okay, I'll use a deer emoji for iRk, and then I'll just use like the Danish flag for VT.
Danish flag.
Okay, fine. I'll use the Swedish flag.
No,
Fuck.
but VT are the Mexican team, I think. It's iRk
Wait,
that is Swedish.
they're not actually Mexican, right?
I think so. I'm not too sure though.
Really? Okay, fine. Mexican flag. All right, Kix. God, you drive such a hard bargain.
Yeah.
What? There's no moose emoji. How am I supposed to do like a majestic elk with an emoji?
Okay.
Moose.
Well, while we figure out the national animal of Sweden and everything like that, I'm gonna head on over to the overlay in our show match for today to show off the maps. Let's head on over there now. So in set 1, we're gonna have Icarus. Set 2 is gonna be Plasma. Set 3, Colosseum 2. Set 4, Benzene, and set 5, the ace match, is going to be on Neo Ground Zero if we do make it to it. Now, if you're tuning in and you're wondering, I haven't seen these maps in the STPL before, that's because you probably haven't. They're the new maps for Round 3, which will be starting up in about 3 weeks' time, so lots of games coming your way soon. Of course, the Round 2 playoffs are going to be just before that. The first the two semi-finals are going to be played on Sunday to be cast next week, and we're going to have another round of show matches to be played as well. So we've got something to cast in 2 weeks' time. So obviously going to be cool maps. Let's of course now introduce our two teams. Okay, so fighting for, well, sorry, not fighting for iRk. On the left-hand side of your screen, we do have iRk. They have done an incredible job in round 2, just missing out on the playoff spot though, and they did a great job in round 1. Valhalla, a new team for round 3, so they haven't actually got any stats yet, so not too much to talk about there. But let's have a look at who both teams have sent out here in this show match. So we're going to start with a PvZ between arCneOn and Galaxy, a PvP between Aru and SFCA on Plasma, a ZVP between Kamizerg and Dates. I know the name is Domain, but I couldn't get that fixed before the stream, so we're going with that for now. And finishing us off on Benzene, we're going to have a PvT between Favorite and Iradia. I'm not sure how to say his name. Hopefully he's here to correct me.
Iradiar.
That does sound sick, so let's go with that. Okay, so let's have a look at our first two players. Of course, Valhalla don't currently have a shirt. My good helper Navani, one of the coolest people for pixel art in the Brood War scene, is making me a new shirt for them, but it's going to be Galaxy for him. You may recognize him from DM. He has played for them twice. I did wipe his stats though, just to make him a new player. And for iRk we have arCneOn. Now arCneOn's only played once this round. You may recognize him. Oh, okay, it's Oystein versus Iradia. There must have been a sub. Okay, it's all good. I was going by the thread, that's my fault. But arCneOn, a really, really good Protoss player. Obviously, if you do watch his stream, he is Swedish. Wait, is he Swedish or no, he's Finnish, sorry. arCneOn is Finnish, and he drinks a lot, so...
Wait, go back to, a Finnish person that drinks a lot?
I know. No, that doesn't happen
Never.
very often, man.
It's only on special occasions, like national holidays. Which I think is every day in Finland, but you know.
And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. The reason why I remember he's Finnish and not Swedish is because I remember he drinks a lot. No, I'm not sure if that says a lot about me, but I've known arCneOn quite a while. I was in his clan for a while back in IC Cup, so should be a pretty cool match here as they move on to our first game of today on Icarus. Now, Icarus, a very fun map. A very standard map as well. When it was back in Pro League, people called this one of the most boring maps in the game. But here it is in STPL round 3. I wanted to add a little bit more of a standard flavour to the map pool, because I know the other ones are a little bit more out there. But 4 spawns, 4 gas thirds that you can take relatively easily up a small ramp. And a really, really tight middle actually, with a little set of bridges going around the outside. But very cool map. Looking forward to getting into our game here as we move into our first game of this evening between arCneOn and Galaxy. iRk versus Valhalla. Let's get started. And speaking of getting started up here in the 3 o'clock position, starting in the red is going to be the Protoss hero fighting for iRk. It's arCneOn.
And his opponent in the bottom, what is that, 5 o'clock location, yellow as Zerg, for a Valhalla team is Galaxy.
You know, Galaxy, one of the players that has like swapped teams. I've got most things fixed in my overlay, but my overlay really doesn't like people who swap teams, so I have a lot of SQL editing when that happens. So hopefully he finds a better home here for himself on Valhalla. He didn't play that many games for DM, so kind of good to see him back again. arCneOn, of course, the more well-known of the two players, so pretty easy to know what to expect from him. And I'm just going to do the micro, and I nearly accidentally ended the game, so that would have been kind of funny. But there we go, extra high latency.
Well done, Kix. Sorry, I had a giant mouthful of Mr. Kipling's Bakewell slice there for a second because I thought you were going to go a little bit further than that.
It's fine, I know you've been enjoying your English sweets. I guess that's one of the benefits of when you came over here, you learnt about all of them, and now you're
Oh,
importing them all.
I thought I learned about all of them. It turns out I didn't, but I do still have about 100 Jaffe cakes left, so those will have to tide me over for well, until I can order more. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. Once I run out of Jaffe cakes, I'll just I don't know, find some way to physically consume the essence of Brood War, and that will sustain me, right?
Yeah, I don't know if people realize, but I've not actually eaten for weeks. I live on Brood War. I feed on the GGs. I don't know.
Actually, there's this really cool it's called a lethal pseudoscience, but it's called inedia or breatharianism, and it's the belief that you can train your body to receive nutrients through sunlight and air particles. Um, and yeah, that's where you get your nutrients from. So basically, you don't eat, and yeah, then you die. That's why it's a
Yeah.
lethal pseudoscience. But some people really believe in it up until they die.
Yeah, it's a bit messy, and of course, there's no English people who believe in that either, because the sun does not exist. The sun is fake news, Rapid. I've not seen it before, so therefore it doesn't exist. But looks like we're going to have a 12 pull coming up from Galaxy. Actually, I think that was a 9 pull. Going to get a couple of links to push away this probe. But arCneOn did manage to block that hatchery for a very long time, and it does mean that arCneOn is going to get his Nexus up before the Zerg hatchery. And that is kind of crazy. That's a very big deal. But here we go. It looks like we do have Rapid eating another bit of Mr. Kipling's Bakewell tart, but or Bakewell slice, I guess it is. In case you're wondering what that cake is, just because this is a show match, that it is a type of like finger cake. There's a big brand in the UK called Mr. Kipling's, and a Bakewell slice or Bakewell tart is like sponge with jam in the middle, with like white icing and a cherry on top. So that's very much likely. Oh, Discord is dead. Huh. Okay, that's weird. Hopefully that sorts itself in just a second, but in the meantime, I will take over. I will guide you through this series, and we do have the first Zealot finally out here for arCneOn. Interestingly, no +1 attack coming in for him yet. He did delay his gas quite a bit, only just really starting to mine that. Now, with the first 100 gas, we should see this forge start to move. But he's going to have to do it quite quickly if he wants to go for that. But maybe he's going to skip that and go straight into a Stargate. Very possible for him to do. Let's have a look at what we've got our Zerg player doing as well. We have him going for a Hydralisk build off of just the 3 hatches. I know he's going to use his drones here to block the probe, and that's going to be a very, very important moment, as it will keep arCneOn in the dark. But arCneOn has seen the drone count at the natural, and here's Rapid.
I think I'm back.
You are.
Yeah, I'm back just in time to say that he's dark neon because he can't see anything. Ha!
Oh wow, that's actually a clever pun. That's funnier than it should be.
Ha ha ha! Yes, indeed. Okay, well now he's going to be seeing stuff because he's sending his zealots across the map to deal terrible damage. All 4 of them. You know, there's as many zealots as there are zerglings right now, Kix, which is you know, probably pretty good for the zealots. But thankfully the hydras should pop pretty soon.
Yeah, but the trouble is, Zealots do a very good job against Hydras anyway. Now, it is going to be a 3-hatch Hydra build. There's not that many drones, either the natural or the main. Well, there's quite a few in the main, but none at the third, really. And it looks like it's just going to be pure Hydra from here. Now, good pullbacks on those first Hydra. It's going to keep them alive a little bit longer. And that's the sort of trades he needs. Does manage to keep every single Hydralisk alive. And every single Hydra matters in this bus. Now, there is going to be 4 cannons back at home, but is it going to be enough to hold on?
Yeah, spoiler alert, four cannon. Okay, there's cannon. Yeah, basically at this point, you find every little nook and cranny that can possibly fit a cannon in it, and you just build all the cannons. If you build like every square inch of cannons right here, like it's maybe still not enough. And then you pull the probes, and you just hold on because you know it's coming.
Yeah, and you can see there's even more Hydras being rallied out of all of the bases right now. And eventually, when range is finished, he is going to be able to take down this forge. And delaying that +1 going to be very important for him, but still, arCneOn in a very good position if he does hold this. Eventually, he is going to have to go into his Templar Archives, which is already finished. No Storm on the way just yet, though. And interestingly, arCneOn's building a Corsair in the middle of all of this, which almost feels a little bit redundant, because he can't really do much with it.
Well, the idea is you get one Corsair, and then maybe you get a bunch of damage done with it, but like, yeah, you're right. It's not going to help against Hydras. You need lots of things that can kill Hydralisks, and now that the Forge is dead, well, he's not going to be able to build any more cannons, so that is obviously a struggle.
Yeah, one important thing for this Corsair, though, it is going to scout the drone count eventually at both the bases. He's going to know that Galaxy's fully all in, but it looks like Galaxy has realized he can maybe bust. There's a lot of damage coming down from the Hydralisk. There's no units on the ground, and it looks like Galaxy may be able to break through.
Yep, no Forge, no cannons, and no probes anymore. GG. That is going to do it. Wow.
Now, I mean, I'm not too sure about Galaxy, but this, I would say, is certainly an upset. And arCneOn getting really caught off guard, just not getting his Storm quick enough. Now he is trying to add on some DTs to take down these Hydras, but Galaxy is already prepared. He has the Overlords in position, and that last-ditch attempt by arCneOn to hold on isn't really going to work out for him.
And Overlord vision range is just gigantic. Wow. Yeah, that's going to do it. GG. Galaxy, that was a super sick bust. I'm not sure exactly why arCneOn didn't kind of see that one coming, because he knew to throw down a billion cannon, but yeah, he just didn't have anything else. The DT tech hit a little bit too slowly to help out. And that one Corsair, I don't know what that was doing there. At some point, you have to deviate from your build to like actually stay alive, and he didn't really do that. So, I mean, it's not like I'm the expert, but it certainly seemed like his realization of exactly what was coming his way was not really accurate.
Yeah, that was certainly weird. No, I don't know if it's... Do I sound laggy to you? Just wondering, because...
Oh yeah, you sound super laggy to me. It's just Discord servers having some struggle arenas.
Fair enough. I guess that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to head into our second game, which is going to be on Plasma. So I'm just going to throw it over to the intro just while we're